The tide left her signature on the long, empty beaches, traceries of elegant script rising and falling, dancing across the sands. Wind kissed the wetness out of your tears, weeping at the beauty and the loss of it all. Your heart is the ocean, and had no need to decipher the language of moon. No anchor was needed, as there is no bottom. Wind and sails, a distant horizon, are the echoes of memory, as well as an other shore, where the moon hid long ago in a fairy tale of never and forever, and the longing for her song to fill your broken heart. Yet the lullaby had no one to soothe. There was no empty heart, no brokenness to mend, no magic spell that would push the darkness away, so you could dance always in unbroken light. You have always been dancing as love in love, as light and dark, and the serenade of colors, of all feeling, all sensation. You are an imaginary center that seems to swirl and dance through a magical dream of time and space. But all distance and measurement are ideas, like colors in a painting with autumn leaves in the rain. Where is the wetness? Where is the color? There are no blanks until you get to the edge. What lies outside of the frame but an imaginary perspective of outside and inside? What is outside of outside? Is there anything inside these words sliding through your mind stream, this monologue that has no end or beginning, outside of the words end and beginning? Can you jump into the painting, or are you already there? There are no rainbows without you. There is no here or there or both or neither. There is no gap or in between, as love is the words and the spaces, the song and the silence between my lips and this kiss. Love fills in the imaginary spaces between the water and the wetness, drinking you, drowning you in a watercolor dream of love. Rose floating in water reflections, echoes of velvet petals suspended as sky. And I am your world and you are mine, yet we can never meet outside of this kiss of everything and nothing, this collision of forever and never, this fatal beauty of love falling in love with love. Desire unfolds its wings and breaks open your heart. Love sings and slides into the imaginary gap between infinity. This beauty cannot be grasped or understood. Love requires no translation. It need not be, as it is everything and nothing at all. The story of you and your world seems like a foreign movie, liquid tongues flowing, flavoring and tasting a watercolor dream of lovers loving and dancers dancing, and you and me floating in this perfect kiss. Who would get caught in the story? We are these stories. Sometimes they hurt. The story continues to tell itself in all its beauty and passion. So although there is deep feeling, there is no one feeling it, and no actual separate feelings. This is not about becoming an unfeeling blob or a selfless observer. It is about feeling, dancing, loving, without a pause or gap in between me and what seems to appear. There is no belief or unbelief to be suspended. No one is underneath or inside belief. There is no feeling of anything stable or fixed having an experience, or a feeling, or a thought. Thought runs along its merry course, a river splashing paint onto a kaleidoscopic sound and light show, and the taste of moon on a winter day sliding through your fingers. I am a story of ribbons of thought, weaving rhythmless rhythms and patternless patterns into galaxies of neurons, casting starlight onto the sea of dreams. Waves surging and ebbing, and echoes of tides floating through clouds and dissolving in clear, open skies. Endless blue fades into the dark of night, the crunch of morning traffic in the snow. This wondrous unknowing, simply beyond belief or imagination, all seems to pierce my heart, and tears and laughter flow through the impossibility of this obvious beauty and this limitless love. Love is everything, and love is nothing at all, and that is enough. And why should you smile or weep? How could you possibly choose? Tell me now with whom you fall in love, how beautiful your face, your tears, love's beautiful reflection adorns your eyes. This longing, this love, this emptiness is much too large to be inside of us. It is bigger than the universe. There is no outside or inside, and who is separate from love to say what it is, or is not, or even if it is an it? Tears are the ocean weeping. The wetness that drinks you, the longing that consumes you, is you. The fullness and emptiness you run from and long to dissolve in. Love greets you in every breath, every heartbeat. Every tear is love's longing, painting this watercolor dreamscape with infinite colors, drenching the pages of your life that could never be cut into paper dolls. As this aliveness pulses and dances all by itself, simultaneously self-arising and self-releasing, the whoosh slides through the whoosh, leaves you breathless, enchanted, weeping and smiling. These tears, these smiles that you are, that sing you into love's song. Your heart knows the words. This has nothing to do with you. Emptiness and fullness are words as well as love. There is nothing underneath or behind or in between the letters. All words are simply imaginary razors slicing up and painting endless sky. There is no backdrop of wholeness or oneness or emptiness. Life sings itself. Love is this deeply intuited, unspeakable knowingness of no thingness and everythingness, inseparably, unavoidably so. You cannot attain love, you cannot reject this love. Love cannot be divided. This longing for love is love, the running away is love, all is love, there is no love. Simply words tripling through a painted dreamscape that the words themselves paint. You are this thirst, this hunger, this longing for your elegant feathered wings to unfold, for your tender broken heart to open, the rawness of love to rip apart all distance. You are the desire to unlock the secrets of this flowing, rippling magic of sighs, to feel your heart rush up and dissolve into sky, to drink the magic, the love you can never hold. For love to swallow you, to melt into the silence, the hush of darkness, and the thunder of the universe announcing the dawn, the long, slow fade into dusk, galaxies trembling at the wonder of infinite suns exploding into colors, swirling, weeping, swooning through rainbows blooming in your heart, your eyes, on the tip of your tongue. The taste of taste is always escaping these words that paint edges on rainbows and separate deep greens from the blues, that sing all night, plunging into the deepest corners of your being where love seemed to hide. What are you without longing? Is there anything inside your beautiful mirrored garment? What is your heart but a song of reflections, echoes dancing across the horizon, slicing the universe into a love song with separate words and notes, and voices hovering on the edge of silence where nothing waits or is hidden? This is the death of all tomorrows, this fatal kiss of forever and never. Love cannot be caught in the lips, the tongue, or the heart, as it is always singing without time or timelessness. You need not grasp love, as you have always been in her empty embrace, her head upon your chest. You can feel her blood pounding, pulsing, dancing, and it is your shadow you dance with in this ballet of sighs. Amazing, this magic show, neither dream nor not dream. Beyond understanding or the need to know why, the morning yawns and slides through the window. Where is inside? Where is outside? Where is the horizon that separates you from tomorrow? Where is the space between you and this kiss of light, between you and the listening? Here are the first birds cascading through the garden, the touch, the feel of these smooth keys of the computer, the feeling of hot and wet in your mouth, morning tea, and the steam rising, looping and curling and dissolving? Are you separate from the memory or moon or the night dreams that are fading now into the dream of day? Your heart bleeds its rhythm into the day, the morning catches its breath, or is it your blood rushing through the window, painting the dawn? Softly, slowly, rain falls in the forest of dreams, slipping through your fingers, ripping apart your tender heart, drowning your beautiful tears. Fiercely, gently, caressing every leaf, every shadow, slender shoots and limbs bow and kiss the ground. Pearls of mirror reflections gather and fall. Thunder rolls across the canopy without rhythm or time, and your heart is pounding inside and outside your chest as your nakedness has become transparent. Leftover trails of sunset burn, leak into the rainbow, hovering on the tip of your tongue. The taste of taste is the ocean of love drinking itself, wet in wet, blue in blue. Clouds fall through the window. There never was a barrier between you and the storm, or the calm that spreads through your bell as memories of lullabies cascade into the symphony of meaningless music that makes you weep and smile at the delicate sweetness of life. Every sound is a voice crying out. No one answers. Love is its own answer. It is heaven to feel so deeply that your eyes are no longer broken. Fingers of light erase the tangles in your hair, and all is smooth. Even lightning cannot split up the sky or the sea of dreams, dreaming itself, dreaming you, singing my lips into this song. All words lost their meaning, their weight, all at once. There were not two sides to the coin, nor a middle. The coin dissolved in this magic of no things. However, love stayed for a while. She darned my shadow and danced my light, slowly eviscerating the last threads of belief that seemed to hold her. Now there is just a forest flower poem of starlight drifting through the trees, a ballet of light and shadow that seems to form shapes and colors, rainbows hovering on the tip of my tongue, exploding and melting, words that plunge through this dream of space and time they paint, melting into this undeniable taste that flavors my world, perfumes the dream of light and dark with an obvious aliveness that cannot be lost or found. No effort or non-effort is required to be the dance you are, as you cannot step outside of the dance. There is no outside, there is no inside, there are no sides to the mirror you peer into every day, looking for an answer to this song of why or when or how. You are the song of questions, of thought, that will keep on spinning the dream of this and that until the body dies. And so what is left, knowing that there is no true or false, real or unreal, or surreal, without a solid reference point, when I am an imaginary referential point of view? I could say everything is much the same, but it is not at all. The story begins a new era. I have changed considerably. The thought stream is quite different without that constant self-judgment and self-correction. That feeling of lack is gone. That shoulda, woulda, coulda is gone. Whoosh. The constant longing for a never arising other, better, more, or next is gone. There is a feeling of completeness, whatever seems to appear, even war or hunger or love. And does it all seem like love? Yes, an unspeakable love, a love that has no boundaries or qualifications. The goal was never reached. There was never anywhere to be. No perfection to attain, no love to grasp, as the grasping, the seeking for love was also love. And it all feels beautiful, even the things I would have considered bad or ugly before. And yes, there is no before or after. There is no one to feel complete or empty. And this all feels complete and empty, and this feels like love. The lack of perfection and imperfection feels perfect. The lack of freedom and bondage feels utterly free. The knowing that there is no love or lack of love feels like love. Whether this is real or unreal loses its significance, as everything that seems to appear is as real as the imaginary perceiver, which is me. And to call this oneness or wholeness or emptiness or fullness or unicity or the big wow, or to say it is all love is utterly meaningless. To say it is all fill in the blank to the listener gives them a goal to reach. To say it is edgeless, what does that mean? I constantly point out that no one can find an edge or outside to what is going on, and therefore there is no inside, no other, better, more, or next. And listeners agree, yet the belief continues. So what rips apart the wall of belief that they are, that seems to confine them, as well as their longing to escape? When there is no escape, the walls are imaginary. The looking, the reaching for that imaginary other is what forms your imaginary walls. It is what you are. Where is light? Where is dark? Where is the in-between? Is it out there, or in your eyes, or in your head? Without imaginary lines between you and the world, how could anything be known or unknown? As we are defined by this knowing and unknowing, and the longing to know, the certitude that there is a world separate from us to know or understand. What happens when all division, all edges, all lines are felt to be imaginary? Do we disappear if we never were? How could we become one with everything if there is no one to merge? Do we exist? Do we not? What is this thing we call life? What is the difference between being everything and nothing? Utterly none. There are no differences, only labels that seem to create lines, lassoing a bit of thought into a thing. Yet you may cry, of course there is light and dark, just look. But without you, is there day and night? Without you, are there forests and trees and falling in a forest? You may look at a fallen tree, and thought creates a tree that has fallen and a story about it falling. And reading this, where does it lead you? Absolutely nowhere. There is no meaning nor non-meaning to any of these words. They are just words, like meaning and non-meaning, like emptiness, like fullness, like love. When the Mobius strip you have been dancing along rips and the words slide off, elaborate and subtle, thought mushrooms into swirling shapes and colors, and no edges can be found or lost among the damp, heavy, fragrant shadows lying in the grasses, prowling through shades of forgotten summers. This crisp dawn floods the backwaters of memory, where I swim and float and drown in stereophonic ripples soaring at the speed of dreams. This apocalypse of sound and light is heaven and hell, and the marvel of the in-between, exploding and fading into the gaps that never were. Slowly, gently, your fragile dreams of one more day dissolve into the poetry of midnight waves softly brushing watercolors onto the sea. Your tongue begins to sing. Is it your heart that is bursting out of your chest, or the universe piercing all ideas of inner and outer space? There is no place to land, is there? You are the same monologue as your world. There are no two, nor one, nor none. There is no goal to reach, no end point nor beginning, no path to where you are not, no distance separating you from what is going on. This singing seems to form these fingers gliding along the keys of life, to form this tongue, these eyes, these ears that taste the flavors, drink deeply this beauty, this love, drenching me, drowning me in this exquisite fire, this astounding, shimmering, ungraspable life. The symphony blooms and recedes. The tapestry unravels. There were no separate instruments or voices or notes. The roses could never be plucked. We are the intoxication of the scent and the softness, as well as the thorns, petals falling, embroidered with frost, fading into the bloom and wilt, waves of sunset reflection in our eyes, long, languorous loops and swirls. Dragon clouds form and dissolve, cascading through reds and oranges and golden. Where they begin and end is memory. Where you begin and end is memory, sliding through ancient seas like every sunset that bled into your heart. Or was it your heart bleeding into sky? Drenched in nostalgia for whatever seems to appear, love evaporates before it is formed, as does all and everything. Simply a dream within a dream, without outside or inside, or even a middle. The guard dog to the gates of heaven was the belief that there was a heaven. Your wings were never inside or out. Feathers are your heart beating, sky sliding into sky, and the love and the rain and the inevitable darkness. Stars tripling lightly through the heartbeat of night, and the moon on the other side of the horizon, where daylight holds her opalescent glow. All is burned. Ashes of love cannot be held in the palm of your heart. This exquisite heat that sears a surround sound of love into this rich and lush fabric, the threads of your life weaving and unraveling. Clothed, slip off the line into the hollow voice of wind. Your silhouette is pulled into the murmuration of love, and there is nothing inside, nothing left to dance in the wind, to request this tempest or push it away. You are swallowed by your heartbeat, your breath, this ultimate intimacy, closer than close, infinite beyond measure. Songs of golden, sorrow, and rainbow light float through your exquisite tears as you fall through the looking-glass. No sides can be found, nor middle. Your face, your empty eyes, simply beautiful sourceless reflections soaring through the rippling. You are the breath of midnight moon and endless sky, never separate from you. Surely you are sky diamonds, spinning, a centerless jewel. The earth holds her breath to taste your tenderness and waits to drink your tears. The sea returns to itself. It has never left. You have never left and cannot go back. There is no back. You cannot hold or know this love you long for, as it is unreachable, ungraspable, and utterly obvious. It is everything that seems to appear and nothing at all. Flavor of sky is buried in its own innocence. Hidden in the depths of earthen hues lies the scent of rain, long gone. Hearts wander, weaving cloud shadows into a song of leaves falling, colors pouring through petals of moon and memory floating. A fantail of butterflies explodes out of a mailbox. Hugs hover in the wind, empty arms waiting. Tides embrace and release the sand, empty hearts with edges melting. Love flows in between the pages, ignites itself, burning, smoldering, ashes of memory wafting, waning, rain again. The scent of forgotten hues hovers on the edge of sky, so gentle the waves, breathing in my open hands. My heart, a secret labyrinth beneath the sea, twists and turns words into poems that bask and dissolve in the sensual delicacy of morning. Suspended between light and dark, words fall apart and toss themselves into love letters, strewn haphazardly into the night. A chorus of waves brushes across the flowered carpet. Fingers soft with roses cat on the window ledge, balanced in sky, falling. Halo of evening strolls through homebound traffic, perfumes the windows with sky reflection. Wind is a poem singing me, dissolving me into her winged beauty, strong and delicate, vowels and consonants held and released. Breathe love songs that stream through these fingers, caress my lips with stories of fairies and moon songs that dance across the pages of ancient books. Magic drifts and plunges into this tale that has no beginning or end, or flowers you can pluck or press into the pages of your life. Yet this undeniable flavor lingers on the tip of your tongue, and it tastes like love without words. Foreign and familiar, the scent of lightning paints a storm in the canyon of empty shadows dancing through the dawn. Rain melts in wind-blown patterns through my hands, through my fingers, through the wetness, fills and empties your eyes, your beautiful ears pressed against a nautilus, blooming and unwinding, revealing its secret chambers. Your heart blooms and unwinds, walls dissolving, petals falling, drifting songs seem to hover and pour through your blood. Rhythms of ancient tides push and pull you through bottomless seas of wonderment. Poems or oceans, painting every sunrise and sunset with the wetness of your eyes. Mirrored reflections strewn across this galaxy of dreams, this symphony of sensuousness, this life unparalleled, unreachable, ungraspable. There is no other life, no other magic, no other love. Fingerprint of love is unique, undeniable, familiar, and new. A dream of a lullaby that dreams you, dreams me into this elusive, sensual ballet, twirling around and through itself without separate dancers, nor one, nor none. No dance floor, there is no canvas or background of space and time in which love appears to paint itself. Love cannot deny or accept anything, as love has no other, better, more, or next. Love may seem to hide in your heart, or dance across your face, forming your lips into a kiss of flowers, blooming and collapsing. To no root you can pull, no petals to pluck. All seems to swirl, whirl, and pour into itself, fading simultaneously, without ever becoming a thing. Marigolds weeping. Forever beckons and slams you into the dance of no tomorrow, which your feet have always known. Your heart has always sung this song, yet you could never decipher the words. There is no need to translate the morning chorus, the first robin, the frozen ground, doves floating. Yet without words we are not. We cannot share and dissolve into each other's stories. I am your lullaby, and you are mine. Love sings itself. Can't you feel your heart beating, your breath, these words sliding along the meandering they paint? There is no need to capture and hold love, nor know what love is, as you are not, nor is love. The scent of joy merges with sorrow and perfumes love's sigh. Love is and is not, as are all things. If all is love, what is left? What are these tears that seem to anoint my eyes with your beautiful reflection? Light and colors are painted by this bouquet of words that cannot be grasped or held in the corners of your heart, as your hands and your heart are the sensuousness they long to capture. Mirrors melt into their reflections. All is liquid echoes, blooming and wilting, waves of light and color pouring into a fairy tale, indefinably sensuous, sad and beautiful and wondrous. And in the lofty caverns where you tried to hide and longed to escape, nothing was waiting, nothing had vanished. The pandemonium that rises from the other side of across the galaxy is only worlds of words colliding. Where is the edge of reality when no other reality can be found? What does really matter mean anyway? Nothing matters is the same as everything matters. Without separate notes there is no music. Without us there is no love. And this is yet another song of ideas, rising and falling, waves plunging through their own wetness. There is no finding a solid, stable self or other, or a liquid one. I am you, you are. Love is more like a flowing description, and that is a story. And that this is a story is a story. Love seems to be the knowing and feeling that there are no things, nor non-things, no separate events, that all time, dimension, all measurement is made up. All that you are and seek is a dream, as well as finding the golden ring. It is all gold, all treasure, all magic.